The season finale of Book 2, The Crossroads of Destiny, is heavily inspired by The Empire Strikes Back, the second movie in the Star Wars original trilogy. Aang is like Luke. The hero was trained to master his unique power with a new mentor, but he abandoned his training when he had a vision of his ally in trouble. He lost the final battle to the Heavy, the main villain's active sidekick, which left a permanent wound, and he narrowly escaped on his iconic flying vehicle. Zuko is like Lando. They were both new allies that betrayed the heroes at the last minute. Because of this betrayal, someone close to them was captured until the next movie/season. Lando betrayed his friend, Zuko betrayed his uncle. Outside of the Star Wars similarities, how does the episode fare on its own? Its strongest element was Zuko's character arc. At the start of the episode, he was at the end of his character arc that had been building up for the entire season. He decided to stop trying to please his father and live a peaceful life with Iroh, but this development got undone in the third act. When Zuko was given his greatest chance to finally capture the Avatar with Azula, he decided to abandon all of his growth to return to his old ways, which was tragic because Katara was just starting to accept that he truly changed. This betrayal also went against his uncle, who'd worked so hard to foster his growth, and it directly led to the heroes losing the battle. Iroh and Azula were the angel and devil on his shoulder, and he chose the devil after siding with the angel for most of the season. I'll be honest, I still don't know how I feel about this. He was literally at the end of his arc, and then completely reversed it. Was Azula siding with him enough to undo all of that development? I don't know. I'll have to come back to this one day to decide whether it's good writing or not. Another piece of character development was Aang letting go of the world, but this wasn't done very well. Aang was told that in order to enter the Avatar state at will, he had to let go of everything, including Katara. This was something he couldn't do. He even abandoned his training to save her. He sacrificed the ability to enter the state at will to gain a chance at rescuing her. But then in the climax, it is implied that Aang completed the lesson. He had a flashback to his mentor, apologized to Katara, put up a shield, and entered the state. The first issue is a minor one. The guru said that Aang would never be able to enter the state if he abandoned his training, yet Aang was able to in this episode. Putting that aside, the more important issue is that there was no sacrifice or consequence for his action. His letting go of Katara didn't result in her getting injured or captured. He just left her to fight alone for a couple of seconds and then accessed the state. The problem is that the story set it up as a zero-sum game. He either gets the state or he gets Katara, yet in this scene, he would have used the state to save Katara, letting him have it both ways. They made it seem like he sacrificed her, but he didn't. This betrayal of the stakes that were established is poor writing. A good comparison would be Ozai's defeat. Aang was initially given two options: kill Ozai and save the world but break your personal rule, or let him live to fight another day. Aang was able to have it both ways by coming up with the third option, energy bending. I already have a video explaining the problem with this introduction, but there's nothing wrong with the concept of introducing a third option that gets the best of both worlds. The problem with Aang in this episode is that he didn't come up with the third option. He pretended to choose the first option, but he gained the benefits of both the first and second option without facing the consequences of either. He got the state and protected Katara without letting go of Katara or sacrificing his ability to enter the state. That would be the equivalent of Aang choosing not to kill Ozai and Ozai stopping his evil ways on his own. Aang would stop the Fire Lord and keep his morals without killing Ozai or allowing him to potentially harm others in the future. It's a cop-out. If Aang had to come up with a third option in this episode, it would have been fine, but as it stands, his dilemma wasn't well written. Apart from that, the episode is just plot heavy. It pays off things that had been set up across the entire season. Azula executed her coup and captured the Earth Generals and some of the heroes, while the remaining heroes tried to save their friends and stop the coup. There isn't a strong moral dilemma or character arc that ties the whole episode together. There isn't a villain that perfectly foils the heroes. There isn't a plot built around the character development or theme development. It's just focused on finishing the work that was started by other episodes, which makes it weaker as an individual episode. The reason I'm this critical is because I know that serial episodes and episodic shows can be strong. I have videos on 3 Teen Titans 2-parters. All of them are rooted in character arcs and themes. They're written with the quality of a standalone episode, but they also pay off serial subplots. 2 of these episodes are flawed, but the shot is at least on target. That's not the case with Crossroads. If Avatar was able to write high-quality stories rooted in characters and themes for its standalone episodes, like Jet and Zuko alone, it had the ability to do the same for its serial ones. It'll require further examination, but focusing on plot and abandoning themes and character arcs seems to be a consistent weakness with Avatar's serial episodes. The spirit water from Season 1 being paid off to heal Aang from the lightning strike was a silver lining in the plot. So Aang and Zuko both have character arcs. Aang's arc was connected to a moral dilemma that was poorly executed because he got the best of both worlds with no sacrifice. Zuko's arc was fine, but he just backtracked on his season-long development, so it's nothing special. The plot isn't rooted in either of these character arcs or potential themes. These are both added into the plot rather than the plot being built around them. Overall, it's just a decent episode. The Star Wars similarities might be the most interesting element.